to the part of the tale where Oswald returns to the lab, protected by the biohazard material suit he had. Thoughts flew through his head as he walked around behind his gun. This is where it started, this is where the mayhem begun. In his right hand he carried a large briefcase, and the chemical he shot had eaten away at the floor of the place. He looks for any clues that he'll be able to use, because the death clock has become an entity, insane and confused. He admired the work of Leviticus, the old man was insane. It seems he concocted a device that could hear thoughts inside your brain. In addition to that, his laboratory was 7 stories underground. The whole walls of the place was a bomb shelter without a sound. Oswald searched as his sanity decreased. He was hearing the voice of the person that he knew to be deceased. Prior to the death of Rutherford, the death clock had slept, turned off and on randomly, but now unconscious it kept.
What the fuck you doing here?
Yelled Mo from behind. By the sound of his voice, rage clouded his mind. Filthy ran into the room when he heard the cries of distress, and standing feet away from Mo was the last person he'd have guessed.
Don't move an inch or else I'll shoot you in your other leg.
They all look just like walking victims of the fucking plague. Oz's gun was off, safety pointing right at the two, simply so that he could control what he was trying to do.
Time's running out, but the havoc isn't over. The death clock is now possessed and haunted by his first owner, and it's ticking away. Ever since 3 days ago, it'll drive you into madness, whether for it or fall.
I came here with a purpose, and I think that you'll feel that the three of us could benefit from an arrangement or deal. We can help each other, it would serve for the best.
I got half a mind to blow your brains out nevertheless.
Calm down, you drunken fucker. I know that you're pissed, but despite our shitty history, I have to insist. Tell me all about old man Rutherford, his project at least, and I can tell the both of you exactly where to find the priest.
They struck them with the blow, they didn't know quite what to think, but they had to get to Griggs, and Oswald was a crucial link. Filthy looked interested. What was it that you wanted?
For the last 2 days, I've been haunted and taunted.
He opened up the briefcase to begin the exchange, and within the death clock, long lost and estranged.
What do you want from us with that you've already stolen?
It's gone fucking crazy and I need to know how to control
The
it.
clock was lit with a screen, and it was showing a name of the people it had scanned when their final seconds came.
It showed strange things and it was cursing my family, emotionally shattering, internally damning me. See, I stole the death clock and only 7 hours later I believe that it was being haunted by its creator. I keep hearing Rutherford and on my ear I feel the breath, and I need to scan myself to be on guard for my death.
Time's running out, but the havoc isn't over. The death clock is now possessed and haunted by his first owner, and it's ticking away. Ever since 3 days ago, it'll drive you into madness, whether for it or fall.
You think you want to scan yourself until you really do it, but that thing is fucking evil, even the professor knew it.
Years ago on his chalkboard he wrote his equations, every night and every day, non-stop for durations.
He didn't sleep or eat, he just kept babbling on about how thoughts are electrical surges and so on.
Other times he just sat and thought about all of his tries until he screamed in realization as he opened his eyes.
He ran up to the chalkboard and located a 7, which he made negative.
And then made a 12 from an 11. Then he claimed it all made sense, every building block.
And that was the day he started working on the clock. Throughout its construction, he muttered strange things.
Then went silent, as if to hint a sad warning.
And almost 4 days ago, Leviticus has shown that the clock has grown a mind of its very fucking own.
The young man was crazy, now he haunts it himself. Who knows what he had planned with all the shit on the shelf?
Then a modem noise emitted from the machine, and it showed the name Ralph Smith appear on the screen.
I don't know who Ralph Smith is, but he just died.
He was a reporter.
Oz said it didn't lie.
I just heard the radio, Martin's dead and it's true. Nathan Maxwell is president and he's looking for you.
Time's running out, but the havoc isn't over. The death clock is now possessed and haunted by his first owner, and it's ticking away. Ever since 3 days ago, it'll drive you into madness, whether for it or fall. Why would Maxwell want us above all people?
Because he's Griggs' great friend and he swims in his evil. He's guilty of atrocities and travesties galore, and he framed Leviticus for instigating this war.
A blast of burning hatred scarred Filthy and Mo. They knew Maxwell would have security wherever he goes. They were emotionally tortured, frustrated, getting fucking sick, but Oz explained in perfect detail the location of Mortific. They gathered a mobile arsenal and set off to kill, because it's all too real, this agony they feel. But
wait a damn second, sit your asses down and talk. I need to harness the power that dwells within the clock. When Leviticus died, the screen showed his name, and I heard laughing and cackling that was twitching in my brain. The clock scanned things automatically and grew with the tragedy that's befallen the planet with technological insanity.
They walked up to the clock for the very last time and scanned themselves again at 11 past 9. Ultraviolet lights, and on the screen they saw the words 30 hours left, and ha 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 ha. They turned away in anguish, leaving the clock to Oz, who scanned himself for the knowledge of what would happen to his cause. A breeze gathered through the room, the death clock began to shake, and it spat off sparks, and here began the unit quake. Lightning flash, thunder boom, wind whistle with a roar.
Chemicals are splashing, books are falling on the floor. Everything went dark, the lightning flashed kinda dim. It sounded like Leviticus was right there next to them. There was laughter with anger and hatred too loud to bear. It was the first and last time they felt this type of a scare. The floor shook and broke apart against the scientific rule. They saw the professor's face flashing, his expression looking cruel.
Then they fled from the lab, and the ghost of their dad Oswald ran too, cause what he came for he had. And it's the reckoning day, it seems there's no place left to go. It'll bring them both to their knees, the friend and foe.